Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. So today we have a battle against TJP. So I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is actually, I was paired with this person randomly online, but I think this might actually be someone from from a Discord server that I'm in with a similar name. But yeah, I guess I don't know for 100% certain. But yeah, looking at their team, looks to be very powerful, very meta-looking team. So looking at my team, it is the same one that I've been using the past couple of games here. So what do I want to lead with here is the question. Um, hmm, that is a good question. Um, hmm, how do we want to play this? There's a lot of different ways this could go, actually. So, um, oh, this is a tough one. Not a lot of time to decide. Let's go with the Tauros, actually. We're going to go with the Tauros in this one. Paldean Tauros Aqua. And yeah, we will see how that works out. Alright. So there he is. And he's going to go ahead and lead with Samurott. Hisuian Samurott, I believe that is, as we led with the Paldean Tauros Aqua. So right out of the gate, we get the Intimidate to lower that thing's attack, which is pretty good. And so I think what we want to do here, obviously they don't know we're Scarf, so they do have switches to whatever moves we potentially go for, but I think we're just going to make the obvious play and try to hit this thing hard with a close combat right out of the gate here. They do switch out, so what are they going to switch into? Fearing the close combat, maybe. Yeah, they're just going to switch into Skeleturge. Okay, so Skeleturge comes in. We go for the close combat, so it's not going to do anything. So they made the obvious play, so did we, and they kind of came out on top of that. So I think what we want to do now is, this could go one of a couple of different ways with the Skeleturge. So we have to switch out, though. We know that because we are choice locked into close combat. I think we're going to go for the Heat Ran. I think we're just going to switch to Heat Ran here and see what he wants to do. We do have switches to, we have Pokemon that can switch into either stab, but not both, unfortunately. He does go for a Will-O-Wisp, which is nice, so that is going to actually just trip our Flash Fire to increase the power of our fire moves, which is good. So now if we go for a fire attack, it's going to do a lot more damage. Knowing that, I feel like we could go for that. I kind of just want to get the Stealth Rock up here. So I think we're just going to do that straight away. He does go for the switch here, so what does he want to switch in with? It is going to be the Clefable. Okay, so that thing comes in, so it is probably going to have Unaware, which means that it's not going to be affected. But then again, we don't know for sure. But we do know we get the Stealth Rock up for free, which is good. So I don't know that this Clefable can actually hurt us, although I'm not 100% sure. But I think what we do here is we just go for the Magma Storm to kind of scout to see what kind of damage we get to try and figure this thing out a little more. So that's what we're going to do. Hopefully we don't miss, as we do go for the Magma Storm, and of course we do miss, because that is just the way that that move works for us. So he is going to go for the Thunder Wave, which is going to paralyze us, which is going to suck, because that means Heat Ran has even more of a possibility of not landing this Magma Storm. But we're going to go for it again, just to see what happens. The Clefable does outspeed us now and go for the Stealth Rock. So the entry hazard goes up on us as well, and can we go through? We do go for the Magma Storm through, and we do hit it through the paralysis, which is amazing, and now the Clefable is trapped, which is also amazing. So he's going to regain some HP with the leftovers, but that's fine. Based on that damage output, I feel like that's definitely not Unaware. It's probably Magic Guard. But the good news is, with this thing being trapped, I think we can just basically chip it away. So we can hope to hit another Magma Storm. So that's, I think, what we have to do. This thing is going to Moonlight. Okay, so that's the game we're going to play here. So This is going to be an annoying chain of events that we're going to be stuck in, but we go for next Magma Storm. Is going to hit that thing down below half again, so it looks like we're probably just going to be stuck in an endless cycle here of PP stalling this thing. I mean, we could switch out or they could stop healing, or we could miss a Magma Storm. I kind of want to go for an Earth Power instead, because we're pushing our luck with these Magma Storms. But yeah, we'll go Earth Power this time just to see what they want to do. Yeah, they're just going to Moonlight. So we're going to be, we're locked in a very annoying situation right now, because we don't want to stop doing what we're doing, because then we kind of lose. But if they stop what they're doing, they're going to lose this exchange. So yeah. I think, and we know because they're not taking, we know they're Magic Guard, of course, because they're not taking the residual damage either. So we're just going to keep firing off Earth Powers. They're going to fire off a Moonblast, which is going to do nothing to us. They do get the special attack drop, which is really annoying. So I was kind of fishing for a special defense drop here, which we don't get, to try and expedite this process. But yeah, I mean, we're just kind of in a situation where who's going to blink first? They are trapped in with Magma Storm. So yeah, we could, I guess we can just keep firing off Earth Powers and hoping for the special defense drop. We have to basically PP stall them out of Moonlight so we can kill this Clefable, which is annoying and sucks, but it just kind of is what it is. If we got a special defense drop off an Earth Power, that would be really nice, but we're not getting it, unfortunately, as round and round we go. So we're both going to get more HP back with the leftovers, and yeah, this is kind of a prime example why I hate playing in the OU tier, is just what's happening right now. But yeah, because it's like we could switch out and break this cycle, but then we are just going to be on the losing end of that exchange if we do that. So it's like, I don't want to do that because I'm going to be on the losing end of the exchange. So he's going to Moonblast again, which does no damage, and it does get a crit though, which is something, as we do get fully paralyzed. So we've been kind of skirting the full paras there, which was nice, but now unfortunately we are just kind of trapped in an endless cycle here, where what we really need is we need to oh, Magma Storm did run out, though. Okay, I forgot about that. So Magma Storm can run out, and I guess it runs out after like 5 turns or something. So I did kind of forget about that. So now they are free to switch at this point. So they could very well just switch out right now. So I think I am going to fire the Magma Storm off this time and see what they do. Yeah, they do switch out now that they're freed. So what do they switch in with? It's Samurott. Okay, so can we hit this Magma Storm would be the question. Samurott takes some Stealth Rock damage, which is nice, and we miss the Magma Storm again. So luck is certainly not on our side in this match, I will say that. We have missed Magma Storms, we've been fully parried, and yeah, it's a bad time so far. Yeah, so I think best thing we can do here is just go back to the Tauros, I guess. So they probably just Ceaseless Edge, because that's what this thing always wants to do. So we're just going to go back to Tauros here against this thing. I guess we could have made this play last turn, but it is what it is. So we come in with the Tauros, we take the Stealth Rock, we get the Intimidate to lower this thing's attack, which is nice. They go for the Ceaseless Edge, they don't miss. It does basically no damage to us, but it does set Alaris spikes up on us, which is very annoying. So yeah, that sucks. So I think the only thing we can do here in this situation is we can, knowing that they probably, knowing there's no way that they stay in here, we have to kind of try and predict what they switch into. They could do the Skeledirge again, but they're risking the water move. Even so, I think this time we Wave Crash. So let's Wave Crash this time. They do switch. Can we get the Skeledirge on the switch? That would be really nice if we could. No, it's Corviknight this time. Okay. So Corviknight comes in, takes some Stealth Rock damage. We are going to get a Wave Crash on this thing, which should do hopefully a lot of damage. Does not do nearly enough damage. That is definitely max physical defense Corviknight if I've ever seen it. Which is really annoying, and of course it's going to be Rocky Helmet, because these are all the annoying OU sets that everybody runs. But yeah, that is what it is. So I think what we want to do now, since we're locked up, obviously, is we are going to switch into Noivern. And the reason we're going to switch into Noivern is because we want to defog right now, because we are behind as far as hazards go. We only have Stealth Rocks up on them, and they have rocks and spikes up on us. We get the Frisk to see the helmet, which doesn't matter, as this thing is going to just roost the damage off. So yeah, this is just like cookie cutter OU through and through here. Very boring, but what can you do except, let me check if going for defog is going to screw me. I don't think so. So yeah, we're just going to click that defog, and they're just going to hard switch. So round and round we go. They do just switch into the Clefable, because that's what you would expect. So that thing is in. We do defog, so that's going to go ahead and remove all the hazards from all sides involved. And yeah, that is that. So now we have a choice to make as the Clefable gets leftovers recovery. And the choice is simply this. So we can go ahead and pop our Terra to try and get massive damage and break the vicious cycle here. And you know what? In the interest of time and in the interest of trying to break the vicious cycle, because there's every chance they could just Stealth Rock here, predicting the switch. So I think what we are going to do is we're going to go pop our Terra normal boom burst on this thing. Yeah, we're going to do that because we're going to try and make some progress here in the game and see what happens. So if they do go for Moonblast, we should be able to take it now that it's not super effective. So we're going to go ahead and go Terra normal on our Noivern here, and we're going to try and hit him with that max special attack Terra boosted boom burst. We do of course outspeed this thing. Life Orb boosted as well. How much damage is it doing? A ton of damage to the Clefable. And we take some Life Orb recoil as they do just set the Stealth Rock up. So there we go. The Stealth Rock is up. I think it's going to be really close as to whether or not this is a two-shot from this range. But I think we do. If they stay in here, I think we get the two-shot. So it's a risky situation here because they do have the immunity they could switch into. We could try to read that and defog. But I think we're just going to make the play and go Boom Burst. Yeah, they do stay in. Okay, so we are going to I hope, get rid of this thing. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it is enough to get rid of that stupid Clefable. Down it goes, and he goes down to 5. So Noivern takes some Life Orb recoil, but we get to put some work in with our Terra normal Noivern there and get rid of that Clefable. And that is definitely one annoyance out of the way. But it did get the Stealth Rock back up on us, so we do have to be careful of that, as now the Sandy Shocks is going to come in. So, the question is, obviously, I think if this thing is, we didn't see Booster, so it could be choice item, and if it is, that would be bad news for us. So I kind of don't want to stay in here with Noivern in a way, but in another way, I kind of want to defog those rocks because they do hurt us. Are we really going to get another opportunity to defog the rocks? Maybe. Yeah, I think we might. What do we switch in, though, on Sandy Shocks? We don't really have great switches into Sandy Shocks. That's kind of the problem. This is kind of tough, actually. This is kind of a tough situation. We really don't have a good switch into Sandy Shocks. I guess we could just switch into Heatran to sack it off because it's parried, so I mean, and it doesn't match very well against the rest of his team anyway. So yeah, we're gonna scout for like a Scarf or something on this thing. We're gonna switch into Heatran, take the Stealth Rock damage as this thing is going to Earth Power. So yeah, I think that definitely takes us out. But I feel like this thing might be Scarf based on the fact that they did that. So that takes care of the Heatran. That knocks us down to 5, which kind of sucks. But we do get a clean switch, which is really what we need here, and I think our best option is going to be the low kicks. So this is going to be our test of if this thing is Scarf or not, which I feel like it might be. So we come in with the low kicks, we take the Stealth Rock damage, and so I think what we're going to do is we are going to U-turn because I feel like this thing is Scarf, so we're gonna test. Yeah, so he switches out, so that's kind of confirmation to me that thing is Scarf. So he does switch in with Corviknight, which is kind of what I anticipated, which is why we're just gonna pivot out with a U-turn. Does basically no damage, and we are gonna take that Rocky Helmet chip too. We could have knocked off, I guess, but you know, we didn't. So, what do we do to the Corviknight is the question. What what's what can do something to Corviknight here is the question. I kind of want to, you know, time in the interest of time, I kind of want to come in with our Ursaluna. Kind of want to come in with Ursaluna, but this is annoying. What is this thing gonna want to do? Kind of want to come in with Noivern to defog also. Let's go Noivern. Yeah, let's do the Noivern. Let's come in with Noivern here. Okay, so we do come in with Noivern. We take the Stealth Rock damage. I really want to defog. I get the Frisk to see the Rocky Helmet, obviously. As much as I want to hit this thing with a fire move, I think it's better to defog. So we're just going to go for the defog here. They do actually stay in, so we could have hit this thing with a flamethrower. But the Mirror Armor is going to bounce the evasion boost off to us, which doesn't really matter. The Corviknight does U-turn, which is not quite enough to take us out. Does get a crit, actually, which really sucks, and comes really close to taking the Noivern out. But unfortunately, we do survive. And now he does come in with the Rillaboom and going to get the Grassy Surge. And we obviously know what's coming here. It's going to be a Grassy Glide. We do get some HP back with the Grass. We don't really have a good... I mean, I guess we have a switch in the form of Slowking. This thing could have coverage moves for our Slowking, obviously. We do also have the low kick switch too. But yeah, let's go for the Slowking switch because we don't want to lose Noivern here. Every piece of the puzzle is important at this point, I think. So yeah, we're going to hope they just make the obvious play. So we come in with Slowking. They do go for the Grassy Glide, the obvious play. Does do some respectable chip damage to us. And we are going to get some HP back with the Black Sludge and the Grass. So that almost makes me think this thing could be choice too. So now the question is this thing choice or not? I feel like it might be. I kind of want to just Chilly Reception for some momentum because they do have switches. At the same time, we may be starting to run low on options here. You know what? Let's flame. I mean, I kind of want a flamethrower instead for damage, but you know what? Let's Chilly Reception anyway. So they do switch out. Okay, so they could be choice on the Rillaboom too. Not sure, but they are going to switch into Samurott. Okay, that's an interesting switch. So Samurott is in. We are going to get our Chilly Reception here with the Slowking, which is going to pivot us out, which is something. And so, yeah, we do get the pivot out here. So, what do we bring in on the Samurott is the question. Let's go for Tauros. Yeah, let's do Tauros. So, we'll come in with Tauros here, and we are going to get the Intimidate to lower this thing's attack, which is nice. And we are going to get some HP back with the Grass, which is also nice. Now, this thing definitely switches out against us 100% of the time. The only question is, what does he switch into? I feel like probably Corviknight is the safest switch, so I kind of want to just Wild Charge. So this turn we're going to Wild Charge, actually. So he does switch. Can we catch this Corviknight with a Wild Charge? That would be nice. Yep, it is Corviknight as we're starting to push the edges of the timer. So there's Corviknight. We do get a nice Wild Charge off on that thing, which does not nearly enough damage, unfortunately. So this Corviknight is just too defensive. We take the Rocky Helmet and the recoil and all that. We get some HP back from the Grass. I guess we just go back into Slowking here. I guess that's the play. I mean, he could... You know what? In the interest of time, we're just going to Wild Charge again. Because we want to try and, like, make progress here. So, Wild Charge actually does take it out. I think we got a crit. Yeah, we got the crit back. Okay, so... We do, I don't feel bad about that because we take some of the hacks back there, but that was a pretty clutch crit there. Takes out the Corviknight, knocks him down to 4 Pokemon, and the recoil does take our Tauros out, unfortunately, but I think that's okay. The Grass does go away from the battlefield. So we're down to 4 Pokemon apiece. We have a double down on the field, and so we both get a blind switch in here as, again, we are starting to push the timer. We're going to do low kicks. I think that's our best switch in on the empty field. So low kicks is in and sandy shocks is in. So this is an interesting dynamic here because we know this thing is choice. So the question is, they do go for the, obviously they're not going to go for the ground move. I think they go for the electric move here, or they just straight up switch out. They do one or the other. So what we're going to do is we're going to predict the electric move and go for the Ursaluna. That's what we're going to do. It's kind of a risky play, but as we're starting to push the edges of the timer, we have to make some risks here, I think. So we're going to go Ursaluna, and what do they do here? They go for the Thunderbolt. Perfect. So that's amazing. We get the immunity, and then we get burned by the Flame Orb, which is also amazing. So that's pretty cool. Now, what do? We have to think quick here. Less than a minute left. Let's just fire off the Facade here. They definitely switch because they're choice item, but they're going to have to try and switch something in on us. So what do they switch in? This is going to be a big decision here, a big moment. They switch in with the Rillaboom. Okay, perfect. So they go Rillaboom, predicting the ground move, but we go for the Facade instead. Max attack, burned, guts boosted, cleanly one-shots the Rillaboom, which is amazing, absolutely amazing. And they go ahead and rage quit on us. That is awesome. Absolutely awesome. All right. Good stuff. So we are going to take the win in that one. And I think we win that one regardless of the rage quit, because we know what we know at this point, is the Facade takes out the Rillaboom, and that knocks him down to 3 Pokemon. So he's got 3 Pokemon left at that point. Timer runs out probably before we get another turn, which means that we win the match 4-3 functionally at the end. So I don't think the rage quit really mattered all that much. I mean, maybe if he would have clicked buttons real fast, we would have got another turn out of that, but you know, we can't say that for sure. But yeah, either way, it's a 4-3 victory for us. I am curious now. I might have to do a little digging if this is the guy that I think it is, because that would be kind of funny. Because I know there is someone with a similar name, as I said, from Discord that I've seen. So, and someone who is a content creator too as well. So that would be interesting if they're going around rage quitting on randos. I guess it wouldn't be the first time, but yeah, very interesting day all around here. Interesting situation, but pretty strong showing. Pretty solid game through and through, I think. I mean, there was a lot of cutting through the standard OU sets there that we had to try and do. Very cookie cutter team, but I think we did a pretty good job of doing that, and yeah, we come away with the win. So. But that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So, that's it, and we'll see you next time.